church. Here I am. It is Friday afternoon, and I am in my office here at my house. And I have been trying to figure out the right words to say all morning. This has been a really challenging week for our nation in so many ways. In the midst of this health crisis of COVID-19, we are being asked to wake up to another pandemic, the pandemic of systemic racism and how it is literally killing Black and brown American citizens all across our country. I started my personal journey towards becoming anti-racist about 3 years ago. And now you might say, Kate, that's crazy. You're not a racist. You're not a white supremacist. Haven't you been anti-racism for your whole life? And if you are working with a definition of racism that goes something like this, racists are people who are intentionally mean to or dislike others because of their race. Racists are immoral, evil people. Then yeah, I can see why you might be confused. But it is time, Christians. It is time that this definition, that we expand it, that we get past this definition that we have been taught. It's past time, really. Because if racism was just people who are intentionally mean to other people based on their race, our country would not have a problem with police brutality. We would not have the school-to-prison pipeline. We would not have the horrifying wealth and health gap between white and Black citizens. We would not have had redlining or the Tuskegee syphilis experiment or so many other policies and structures that keep us from understanding the scope of racism in our time today as white people. Racism is not just a few bad apples, I'm sorry to say. Racism is a system, and beloved, we live in that system. We breathe that system. And we can't do anything to change that system until we understand how we have been changed and molded by it ourselves. Now, if any of this is intriguing to you, if you are feeling compelled or called to learn more, if you don't know some of the terms or incidents I shared above, or if you can tell that there is just something that you're missing, some gap that's keeping you from really getting it, I invite you to join me in this conversation. Friends, let's start by looking in, looking deep within ourselves and seeing how we may have been unknowingly shaped by systems of injustice. Join me in a 4-week adult ed program on the book Waking Up White by Debbie Irving. We'll start this program in just a few weeks on June 26th, but get your book now. You'll find that it is a #1 seller on Amazon at the moment, and it'll probably be back ordered. And starting on June 26th, each Thursday evening, we will dive into the challenging and important topic of racism and whiteness together for 4 weeks. Now, I know these conversations can feel really scary. I know when I began this work, I was so unused to talking about race that I had almost no resilience in the face of the discomfort and feelings of shame and grief that it brought on. But friends, we can do hard things. And in fact, we have to all the time, right? God calls us to grow and to challenge ourselves and to resurrect from the dead the parts of ourselves that need to become new for the healing of all of creation. So check your email, listen to the announcements on Sunday mornings, and reach out to me at pastorkate@ccamherst.org if you'd like to join in this book study of Waking Up White and the conversations that will inevitably follow. I look forward to taking on this sacred work together with our church community. So consider all this. I hope you will join us. And peace and blessings to you on this Friday afternoon.